About a month ago, I went to the Detroit Auto Show. Anybody ever been to that before? It's a lot of fun. And you see a lot of great cars. This was the Ford booth there. One of the things that, besides the cars that I saw there that really was interesting to me was the number of screens and bright displays and computers and things like that that were used for collaboration there. I'm sure most of you have heard of the game Words with Friends. It's popular among a lot of people that use a smartphone. This game, interestingly, was being played by someone right down in the bottom right corner, and then their opponent was on the other side. So they're in the same room together at the same time, but they're playing this game through the internet, which is kind of interesting. And then we saw a lot of collaboration through displays and screens that were inside the car. So I just took note of that. That was just my observation. It was kind of interesting that there were so many collaboration tools that utilized the internet. So one of the things that I thought I would go out and do, I wanted to actually get some data on this. It's not just my observation, but there is actually quite a bit of growth in collaborative online technologies. Between 2010 and 2011, the growth in online video, services like Vimeo and YouTube and things like that grew 28% in 1 year, which was about 40 million users. And these numbers are for North America. Social media, sites like Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn, maybe you've heard of. Some of these technologies grew 46% between 2010 and 2011. It was about 63 million users in North America. And then the biggest growth was actually mobile technologies, things like iPhones and tablet computers and things like that. 53% growth, which put it around 73.5 million users in North America, which is just astounding. And these are tools that people use to collaborate, to learn from one another and have conversations in the online environment. So the big question you're sitting here asking, we're in an educational institution, what does this mean for education? I'm glad you asked. Social interaction plays an important role in the development of learning cognition, and Bandura talked about this with his social learning theory in 1977. Vygotsky talked about the same thing. Social interaction plays a big deal in the development of learning. We learn with one another, face to face. And in fact, we do this really well. This was from the nursing residency last fall. Cindy, you probably remember this classroom, actually. We do this in our face-to-face classrooms all the time, right? We hang out with our students. We're going to talk about the SIU Online pedagogical model a little bit later, and it talks about all these different kinds of interactions with, student to student, student to instructor, student with Jesus Christ, all these kind of interactions. It's a social event. Education is social. So the question is, how do we help provide opportunities for social interaction in the face-to-face environment, but also online? Well, today we want to give you a demo of Google Plus because it's a tool that can be used to create some of these social interactions in the online environment. So real quickly before I start, what we've done is we've pre-recorded a session, a Google Plus session, and we've invited David Goodrich, who is one of our instructional designers, now is up at MSU, and then our education librarian, Robbie Bolton. So you're going to hear their voices and see their faces. Real quickly though, some of the benefits to this. Google Plus allows for video and voice and screen interaction for up to 10 people at the same time. Okay, so they can be anywhere in the world, but 10 people can meet together at the same time. What they can do is share documents and screen sharing, which is their computer screen. You're going to see that. And probably the best part is that it's free. This is a service that Google offers right now. The other thing that I didn't get on this slide is you can actually use a mobile device to participate as well. So if you have an iPhone or an Android phone and you want to participate with the other 9 people or so, you can do that from just about anywhere, which is kind of cool. So let's go ahead and take a look at the demonstration. So to start off, we're going to go to plus.google.com. And I'm going to start a hangout with the great Robbie Bolton and David Goodrich. To do that, I'm going to go to the right side here and click Start a Hangout, which brings up a screen where I'll be able to invite them. So I'm just going to add them here to my list. Start with David. There's David Goodrich and Robbie Bolton. There he is. And next I'll click, I'm going to do Hangouts with extras, and you'll see why in just a second. Here it's going to check my microphone, and there you can see my picture as well as my audio. It seems to be working, so I'm going to click Start Hangout. Hey David.
Greetings.
How you doing, brother?
Doing well.
It's a proper Hangout now. We've got more than one person in the Google Hangout.
It's true. You are no longer alone.
Hey Robbie, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing, Nate?
Good. You do your HD makeup and all that?
Not enough. I still look pretty washed out.
I like that blazer though. That's looking nice.
That's the advantage of having a wardrobe in your office. You can always reach in for moments like this and grab a sport jacket or a tie. Isn't that what the sports reporters guys do when they get a call? You got to go on ESPN in 15 minutes.
Absolutely. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into it then. The first thing I want to show off here is the screen sharing feature, which is kind of up along the tops here. I'm just going to click that, and as this, these two guys can't see it, but on my screen I'm going to see that I can choose any one of the windows on my desktop or programs that are open and just showcase those. So it's very similar to Illuminate in that way, that you can feature one window. So I'm going to click on a presentation here and click Share Selected Window. And here you are going to see some average midterm grade averages. And can you guys see that on your screen?
Yeah.
Awesome. So essentially I'm sharing this PowerPoint, and they can see, as I'm explaining with my voice, they can see that presentation. I want to stop sharing that now, so I'm going to click that along the top, the red button there. Okay, so the next thing I want to show off is the Notes feature, and to do that I'm going to click on the Notes along the left-hand side. The cool part of this is all three of us are going to be able to collaborate at the same time in the same document. So there you see Robbie Bolton's typing into that, as well as Ranger Davey. And I'm going to add something as well. And you can see we can all kind of collaborate at the same time, which is pretty incredible. It's kind of a nice use of this feature. We can also do the same thing with the Sketchpad. So I'm going to hide this document. Click on the Sketchpad, and this will open maybe here in a second. There it is. And so you can also do visual design together if you want to share a document. So there you see everyone's kind of typing. There's some shapes there. I can create a circle there. And again, you can see who's editing it all at the same time. Okay, so to recap, you've got Notes, you've got the sketchbook, but you can also share the screen, which is really great. But then also along the left-hand side, there's a group chat, so you can have conversations within the group back and forth while someone's speaking, or whatever, separate. So it has a lot of the same Illuminate kind of features, but has enhanced some of them, which is really great.